My grandfather, my uncle, and my aunt were hidden by a Ukrainian farmer. He took in them and another 20-odd people. He hid them in a barn. He starved them. He fed them nothing but potatoes and bread, and not enough of that, till liberation. And he always wanted more money. And when I say money, it was gold coins. That was the only money that was of any worth. But he saved them. He saved them all. If they would have caught him, he would have been executed the same as them. So he took a chance. My father, my mother, and myself, on the other hand, we were saved by wonderful Polish people. They believed in God, and they believed that by saving us, they would go straight to paradise. A widowed mother, she had a son in his late 20s who was an architectural engineer, and a spinster daughter in her 30s was the postmistress in our town. And one day, just before Borscha became Judenfrei, my father was at the gate, and she came over to say hello to him. And he was very down and out. She says, "What is your problem?" He says, "My problem is they're going to close the ghetto, and I have nowhere to go with my family." She says, "Well, when the time comes, come to me." Well, sure enough, a few days later, the word came down that they were closing the ghetto. So in the middle of the night, my mother woke me up, and we sneaked out of the ghetto, and we went down the hill to Mrs. Bogutska, was her name, and she put us up in the attic. Just before dawn, we heard trucks, many, many trucks, and then shooting and yelling. It was within hearing distance, the ghetto, all day, yelling and shooting and screaming. It was terrible. And we were sitting in the attic. We can hear every sound. This went on for 5 days. They didn't let up. I mean, the noise started getting quieter and quieter, every day quieter. They were hunting him down like rats. They were digging him out of cellars. Finally, it quieted down. The trucks left. She came up with her daughter, and she says, "They're gone. What are you going to do now?" My father says, "I don't know. Where can I go?" The old lady started crying. The young daughter says, "Look," she says, "I'll be honest with you. We have a bunker, and we have 2 other people. We have to talk to them and ask them if they'll let you in." Later on, she comes up, she says, "We have Dr. Eisner and his sister here, and they agreed to share the bunker with you." Well, can you imagine the relief my parents felt to be able to stay safely